Not how I want
do what I want to do.
Oh, I see. That'll work.
No, it always does. It always comes down to this.
Hi, and welcome to Australian Gamers Friday Night Podcast. I'm drunk.
And I'm only tipsy.
Tonight we'll be talking about Command and Conquer on the Xbox 360.
Soul Calibur 4 details announced.
And the Prey demo is finally available.
The DS web browser is talked about.
And EA buys Mythic Entertainment.
Who is Mythic Entertainment?
Mythic Entertainment is the company that bought you some games that really we probably wouldn't be interested in if it wasn't for the fact that EA bought them.
No, that's not true.
No, Dark Age of Camelot is probably the best
Just
name.
stop. We didn't say Young and Matt. It's
No.
worthwhile pointing out.
I am young.
It's worthwhile pointing out that for a change, and a change of character from his usual persona of the site, Matt is drunk, and I'm not. I'm just a little tipsy because you see, Matt is a bit of a Cadbury.
A bit of a what?
A Cadbury.
A Cadbury.
Cadbury means that you're a bit of a lightweight. You know, Matt's had about a quarter of a beer and he's almost ready to pass out. So
No. In fairness, I've had a quarter of a beer and I would sleep with any woman.
you don't even need beer.
And or
you
man.
buy them beer.
And or man. Whatever, it just has to have a hole of some kind. I said that out loud.
I'm just basically putting it out there for people that, usually it's like me who's like really, ooh,
Yeah, and I try to restrain you.
That's right. But now you're more drunk than I, which isn't hard. Where are we going with this? I don't know actually.
The point is I'm pissed, which is a valid point, don't get me wrong, but the point, I think that's the secondary point, is that pissed or not, I'm still smarter than Yug. And better looking, and my penis is larger.
See, you just lost me on the second and third points. Maybe the smarter, you could have had me, but you kept it going, you stretched it, and you just lost it. Sorry.
Nah, it's true.
No, see, you really are drunk.
Thank God this is a radio show. Before we have to prove it.
We're talking about Mythic.
Mythic.
EA bought another company.
EA bought another company, which leaves the total number of game developers and programmers to three. I think the
three.
Official. Yeah, there's three. There's EA and there's two others.
Yeah.
Valve,
there's EA, there's Ubisoft.
Valve and EA.
And Valve.
That's it. If you liked any other games by any other companies, we're really sorry, but EA just bought them.
No, actually, you know what I'm looking forward to? Because EA have the distributing license for Half-Life 2 on the Xbox, right? I'm surprised that while playing through Half-Life 2 on the Xbox, there wasn't an EA Tracks thing that popped up down the bottom with a selection of music.
A selection of music that would clearly suit you as a young, hip and happening young adult.
A selection of tracks of the finest of Triple J music.
Clearly, you are a preteen and therefore need a wide range of
music,
of angsty
contemporary.
music.
Yeah, alternative music to listen to.
Alternative pseudo-rock pop.
A selection of the latest dance music from Sweden and stuff.
And really lame, middle-of-the-road American alternative rock.
I love to be like one of the people that like bag out EA for being one of the huge corporations, damn the man and everything like that. But
Down with the man.
Down
the man
with the
can
man.
suck my penis.
I'm sure he could run anyone. It's just open for the taking at the moment.
He means
Random
that literally.
people.
My fly is out, open.
My fly
is out. My penis is open, and it hurts. My fly is open, and I really just don't want to say the word penis twice.
You've said it. Actually, we've probably broken a record on the podcast for the amount of times penis has been said in its entirety.
Yeah, I think that the overall penis quotient has been raised. The penis bar.
Okay, well, what's also being raised is the gayness level of this podcast.
I don't think so.
I'd like to step it back a bit, if that's
No.
right.
I think while we've had peaks of gayness in this particular podcast,
yes,
the overall gayness of having three men in the one room doing a podcast, I think raises the overall average.
You know what? I don't know whether it's because I've had a few drinks or just in general, but your talking right now is actually giving me a headache.
No, it's the drinks.
I'm always legitimately giving. I don't know.
What's funny is that you sound slightly drunk when you're sober, and when you're very drunk, you actually sound drunker.
Why is that funny?
There's no funny to that, actually. It seemed funny at the time, but as I finished, I'm like, no, that's fair.
That makes a lot of sense, dude.
Sense.
But where I was going with that was, I remember there was a post that AJ, or in AJ's forum, on the forums actually, about
Do you know what? AJ has a forum in which everybody says, AJ's cool, I love AJ. And I post there and say, well, AJ is so cool. But I have a forum in which everyone says, Matt's a fag.
Do you know why? Because you don't post.
No, that's a factor. I'm willing to accept that as a factor.
And just because you have no internet, that's no excuse.
I have no internet at the moment.
We
people.
know. I actually posted in your forum and said so.
I hate you. But not everyone reads the forum, except for those people who do not, in fact, read the forum. But to listen to the podcast, read the forum, read the website. Just, shut up. I have no internet because I had a disagreement with Telstra. The fundamentals of the disagreement were along the lines of Telstra felt that I should pay my phone bill, and I disagreed.
Right. How'd that work out? Disconnection, right. Yeah.
Telstra wins. Yeah.
Right. Funny that.
They have a certain amount of trump cards in that area that I don't have.
In the fact that they can just disconnect.
Yeah, they did just turn me off.
And you can go, you do that then.
I think morally I win.
No.
On an intellectual level, as far as debating goes, I win the argument.
No, I would have to say on every level, you completely and utterly lose. But I was going somewhere with this. On AJ's forum, no, we'll get to that. We'll get back to that.
Hi, and welcome to Australian Gamers.
I'm Yug and I'm Matt. No, I'm Yug, you're Matt. I just wanted to say that because we didn't say it at the beginning.
Yeah, Yug's Matt.
On AJ's forum, I don't know why I'm raising my voice, there's just one of you here. On AJ's forum, he was talking about how, EA, it's this big...
I remember that.
He doesn't hate them. Most of the EA games are actually, pretty good. And I've got to agree with that. It could be so much worse. Can you imagine, Atari managing to actually buy up every license? There'd be no frigging games released in Australia.
Yeah. My argument to that, my response to that was, yes, you're right. EA is misunderstood. And also in latest news, I'm getting back together with my ex-wife, and Hitler wasn't that bad after all. It's the same thing.
No, see...
My wife is EA. So I just wanted to take that to its extreme degree. But
you just wanted to confuse me just that little bit extra.
Just that little bit more. No, EA is...
Okay, look, just people complain about it all the time. You know what? I played Burnout Revenge. I love it. I thought it was great. I play FIFA. I love it. I think it's great.
What EA excel at is pumping out commercial licenses year after year.
But they're not bad. They're not
awesome
bad.
At that.
But the games are not bad.
How much do you like Ultima Online?
I don't really.
You don't give a shit, but a lot of people did. And EA killed Ultima Online.
Did they?
Yeah, congratulations on them buying another MMORPGs that they can root in the bottom.
Oh, see, this
I'm
is what you were
saying root
before.
in the bottom
because you like rooting in the bottom.
I do, actually. It feels good. But the point... Let's dwell on that. No,
that is on record. Everyone did get that, right?
I like rooting in the bottom, but only girls.
You're a pitcher and a catcher, aren't you?
No, only a pitcher. Right. I had a girl briefly attempt to pitch, but I said, you know what, it's not my thing. And she said, you know what, fair enough.
No.
She tried, but I didn't like it.
No, please God, no, I don't want that image.
Alright,
get it out!
The point is, EA have screwed up enough MMORPGs, and as I said,
how many MMORPGs have they had?
How many do you get a shot at? Really, one.
Well, look at Sony.
Ultima Online. Ultima Online was the first big attempt at an MMORPG.
Yes.
It was the first big one.
So did EA look after that at the time?
If by looking after, do you mean did they root in the bottom?
Dude, Ultima Online is still there. It's still
when I root in the bottom, I root with love. EA did not. Just used it.
Listen.
They used it as a bottom.
Dude, Ultima Online is still there. It's still running. I would have thought... I didn't actually even know that EA had anything to do with Ultima Online. I would have thought... I remember when Ultima Online 2 was announced. I remember looking at the screenshots. It was like Ultima Online 2 and EverQuest 2. They're coming out. They're going to compete, and then Ultima Online 2 just disappeared. Was that EA's doing, or did they
talk to Richard Garriott, who is the creator of the Ultima series, and I've talked to Ricky many times.
Ricky, you're on first name basis.
Me and Dick, we are old friends. I'm
you
a
and
big.
Did you say Rick?
Big fan of Dick. Me and Dick get on very well. I love Dick.
Yes, in the bottom apparently.
Dickie and Bottom, they go well together. Anyway, can I just say that anyone who has children and who lets them listen to the Australian Gamer podcast, you should think
I'd also
about
just
your
like
decisions.
to say, anyone who's listening to this for the first time, okay, there is a certain standard to this podcast
This
that we
isn't
used to
it.
have. This isn't it. We are way above normal.
Oh yeah. Normally we're not so skilled. Normally we're not so debonair.
Normally we're not so drunk.
For the record, I'm undoing my belt. There's no good can come of this.
No. Why are you doing that?
It's uncomfortable.
Dude.
It's tight.
Dude.
Okay. Basically, EA's deal.
Yeah.
EA's deal is to pump out blockbusters. They pump them out year after year.
Stop saying pump out, but okay, keep going.
There was nothing sexual about that
I know,
unless it was in your mind.
I was just saying stop saying it. Stop
saying it.
Yeah.
See, I'm drunker than you, but I'm not slurring.
Yeah, but that's because I'm more chilled. I'm more relaxed. I have a couple of drinks. I chill out. You're not used to the drinking bit. You're like, have some drinks and you're like, oh, it's all crazy, and I'm still gonna, try and fight it. Whereas I just go with it. That was quite philosophically deep.
No, you think it's philosophical deep, but it's actually...
What was that?
Shut up. I never did like you.
You think it's philosophically...
It's philosophically deep. Hi, and welcome to Australian Gamers Friday Night Podcast.
This is never going to end. We're just going to keep going.
Okay,
I certainly hope people enjoy listening to,
Okay, there's two options. You can either laugh at us or with us. We're going for the first one right now. Laugh at us.
I'd go both. I don't know, you might laugh with us.
Okay,
if they're drunk, what if they're drunk and listening to the podcast? They'll be laughing with us.
They will. The chances are there's two of us talking. You're probably laughing at the one that's talking with the one that isn't.
If they are drunk, they probably can't actually figure out how to start their Windows Media Player or podcast, of course. But okay, so EA bought Mythic Entertainment. I don't think, and for what it's worth, I don't think we've said this yet. Mythic Entertainment did Dark Age of Camelot, which is an MMORPG. I hate saying that, but if you actually try,
you know what? Even if you're sober, that's hard to say.
If you do slur it though, it comes out really nicely.
MMORPG.
MMORPG.
Yeah.
MMORPG.
You can say MMORPG, but MMORPG is just the same thing. We know what you're talking about.
MMORPG.
You know what? There's going to come a time, not too far in the future, where people just say World of Warcraft. Damn it! I was really hoping I'd get that out. World of Warcraft clone. That was what. See, I went to clone before I went to craft. So I said craft.
Don't try and justify your speech impediment. You know what? Seriously, actually, you know what? We need seriously. We can't spend an entire podcast laughing at each other, making drunken mistakes, because as funny as that is to us now, the sober people listening to this are not going to appreciate it as much.
The sober people never did appreciate us.
Okay. Alright. We're going downhill quickly. Hey, I apologise for the site being down the other night, by the way, for anyone that didn't know.
The site got struck by lightning.
The site didn't get struck by lightning.
The site lives in cyberspace, which exists all over the world at the same time and can't be struck by lightning.
Our hosting company, which is run out of India, where
Really?
I believe that they ran out of kids to pedal for their power. No, it's not. Actually, it's run out of...
I thought you were serious about the Indian kids. I was feeling sorry for the poor little Indian bastards.
No, they sort of feed them while they go. So they throw them scraps. They have to catch them in their mouth as they're pedaling. But unfortunately, a lot of the Indian kids had died of dehydration, so they had no one to pedal to keep the power going. That's why our hosting went down.
Do you know what's interesting? You're slightly drunk and you think that's funny, but you're wrong. Move on.
Really?
It's not funny at all. Poor little Indian bastard.
Us? No, actually, our hosting is based somewhere in the States.
We don't know where because we don't care.
Because Matt doesn't pay for it.
I don't pay a damn thing.
I have to pay for it. But
believe me, I pay.
It got struck by lightning.
Lightning.
Now, luckily, most hosting places have a generator, a diesel generator, to pull things up, but they got a direct hit. Like, not even like a over the lines or something. Their building got struck by lightning.
Yeah, the actual building got physically struck by lightning. This is not a power outage caused by lightning struck down the line. And building struck by lightning.
Luckily, we do. Our site has an off server backup, so it's backed up in a different place, sort of thing. So
it's worth pointing out that the actual process is, hey Matt, have we done a backup lately? No, not for a while.
I did. I called.
I better do that.
The site was down, and I called Matt up and I said, "Dude, when did you do that last backup?" And you're like, "Let me just check."
Yeah, I was really scared because I remember you saying, "Could you do a backup?" And I went, "Yeah, man."
No, I was really like, "Dude, I'm freaked out a bit. I got bad. I need you. Can you do a backup? Can you please do a backup?" And you're like, "Yeah, no worries."
Remarkably, I actually did.
You did. I'm impressed. We're way off Mythic. We were saying MLR.
No. We just wanted to say the site's been down, but we didn't lose any data. Unlike last time, it's all good.
It was interesting. The forums didn't go down because they're obviously on the Spectre network.
It's funny you mentioned that. I spent a good half of the day actually trying to recover the Guild Oz stuff, the World of Warcraft Guild.
Oh yeah.
We host the World of Warcraft Guild that I'm on. It got actually rooted by the downtime.
Really?
The index files that are connected to the MySQL database just got utterly screwed.
So is it fixed or?
Bits of it seem to be fixed, but we'll probably run into some problems. No, it's alright. I thought it was fixed, but we ran into some more problems, and it seems to be getting broken up.
Okay.
No, it's just interesting that Australian Gamer seems to have fared pretty well, but we need to keep an eye on that because there could be some problems. But whatever. If you have any problems,
no one reads it anyway.
Send an email to haveacry@australiangamer.com.
Yeah, actually, I set that. Actually, you know
what?
No,
it exists. It forwards to me.
Actually, you know what? No, just send an email to oracle@australiangamer.com.
Yeah, I think Oracle needs
no particular reason other than I just think he should deal with everyone's crap.
You know what? Even if you don't have a problem with Australian Gamer, just
send an email to oracle@australiangamer.com.
In fact, if you have porn that you need to send... Please send it to Oracle@AustralianGamer. And you know what? I'm pretty sure he said something about having a small penis and not being able to get an erection.
Really?
And he needs email sent to Oracle@AustralianGamer.com.
You're lucky he lives in Sydney. One of these days, when we're rich and famous, well, actually not rich and famous because we'll never be famous. I really want to. Fly up AJ and Oracle up to Brisbane. We have a Australian Gamer weekend of drunkenness.
That would be awesome.
Because in actual fact, I don't know if anyone knows this, but we've never met AJ in person.
No, actually AJ's the only one we haven't met in person.
And of course Oracle and AJ have never met Jess.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just sort of a bit scattered.
The possibility of an Australian Gamer night of debauchery is very appealing.
It is. I mean, it'd be great, I reckon. So I think that's actually probably when we start to hopefully make money eventually from the site. That's one of the first things I'd like to do. I
think we can all agree that the concept of Australian Gamer using its first actual revenue on drinking just that appalling
that suits our mantra, really.
I think that is Australian Gamer's mantra, isn't it? Our mission statement is we will waste all the money we get.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, that's our new mission statement.
Dude, you don't have to convince me, for God's sake.
You know what? We have a list of 5 things, and we've done one of them, and have we
really talked about EA Mythica? Have we talked about it?
You sound like one of those preachers.
Have we talked about EA buying the Mythic? Jesus says.
EA bought a Mythic. Whether that ends up as a good thing or a bad thing, we don't know.
I guess what I was trying to say before is that I tend to give EA the benefit of the doubt these days because I think that they are doing a good job as a massive corporation that is buying everyone.
Yeah,
I think that it could be a lot worse. It could be a different publisher that's buying games, but not actually, but producing crap games or completely ruining licenses.
Buying good games is easy if you have cash,
but keeping those games and continuing them and continuing.
You know what? They have not yet
good.
continued to make them good. They've bought good games as is and released them. That is not hard. I could do that if I had the cash.
No, but rubbish. They bought Burnout when it was Burnout 3.
They bought Burnout when it was Burnout 3 and was about to be Burnout 4. They just released it. They didn't do a goddamn thing.
They're publishers. Of course they don't do a thing. I'm just saying that they don't...
Not completely fouling it up is not the same as supporting it.
No, but for a publisher, it's pretty good that they don't foul it up.
They publish.
Okay.
Good. They published successfully. That is not exceptional.
Okay. Well, actually, you know what? Compared to a lot of publishers, yes,
okay,
it is.
better than Atari is not good.
Yeah, better.
There's levels below bad that Atari still have yet to aspire to.
I'm just saying this. I'm just saying it could be worse.
By the way, if you work at Atari, you suck.
I always did say there was a thing in the forums actually. Ben actually, who's a new guy who is actually made of Hayden's, I think, if I remember correctly.
And
yeah,
he posted something about wanting to have sex with a horse. I'm sure he said that. I think it's in his profile.
This might be the booze talking here.
It's possible.
What I was trying to say is that he...
sorry, Ben.
I can't...
It probably had something to do with the EA.
Yeah? But I can't remember now.
Had something
Can we stop this and rewind it and I can...
Do you actually want to...
I don't want to, I just can't remember what I was saying. I was on a roll with something and I've forgotten.
Am I living in that cat game? With that Xbox cat game where people can just... You know what? If I was actually sober, I'd remember the name of that game.
Something about Ben, make a post about EA something. Something about EA. Oh, I'm going to listen to this tomorrow, and I'm just going to be kicking myself.
Hi, and welcome to Australian Gamers.
Stop it! Crap, alright, look, I give up. Let's just move on to the next topic.
My concern is not that EA can do an adequate job of publishing an existing game. We know they can do that. They can publish a game a year. They do that. They've always done that. That's what they do.
Yep.
The question is whether they can support an ongoing MMORPG that's subscription based and keep it going over a long period. MMORPGs are a long period based game style. Whether they can do that, and wait.
Yeah, okay.
Richard Garriott, who produced Ultima Online...
I'm having deja vu here, but yeah, go on.
No, I mentioned that before. Who produced Ultima Online specifically criticised EA for their once-a-year, game-a-year style of gameplay. RPGs don't work that way. MMORPGs work even less that way. How long has World of Warcraft been out? Now it is the biggest thing in the universe because it's been supported for a couple of years. Can EA do that, and will they do that? For what it's
worth, I would have thought the flip side. I would have thought that EA is the perfect...
I think you're a piece of shit.
You just swore. Dude, can you not do that, okay? Because I don't... Listen, I'm going to watch the game, the Australian versus Croatia game, at 5 a.m. in the morning. I'm going to be messy the entire day. I have to mix this thing. I do not want to go through it and
promise not to say rude words in future, but I still don't like you.
Okay, fair call. I'm fine with that. I was going to say something, I've forgotten it. Oh, come on!
No,
really
dude,
good.
you were talking about EA, you were talking about long-term support of games.
Yes, now look, this is a company which every year actually makes a new game with the same license sort of thing.
Yes.
Isn't that,
sort of,
in that respect, the perfect company to actually look after a franchise which doesn't actually, they don't need to release a new one each year, but they just continually manage it and look after it. Isn't that the same sort of concept?
I don't like you.
Yeah.
And don't mistake this for liking you, but you actually raise a pretty good point.
Yeah.
The concept of releasing a game every year with minimal or no improvements and pretending it's a new game, that's pretty much what MMORPGs are all about.
And just continually taking money. Yeah.
Last night?
Yes.
The new update to World of Warcraft actually came out.
I heard about that.
Doesn't
it do well for paladins or...?
Druids, mostly.
Yeah, that's the same thing, isn't it?
Yes, they're exactly the same. Druids and paladins are just the same.
Cool. Yes. Good.
Moving on. I mentioned that.
Yeah, go on.
The reason I mentioned that is because it's really frustrating because I have no internet account. I cannot update this. I cannot download this new update. Do you find it ironic that you download an update?
An update for what?
You download an update. It's down and up.
Not particular. I don't really care about that.
I just thought there was an interesting contrast between the downness and the upness.
I think you're gay.
He raises a valid point.
We need to quickly skim through. As per usual, we've spent the entire goddamn podcast talking crap and raising one topic.
And making homosexual remarks about each other.
And now we're going to rush the last couple of things we want to talk about, which is fine because they're all actually fairly
They're actually pretty short.
So there's one that I really... Anyway, Command & Conquer is coming out on the 360. I can't remember if that's a rumour or a fact, but that is cool. The next Command & Conquer, which was coming out on the PC, or is coming out on the PC, also on the 360. So I think it's done by the same guys that did the Lord of the Rings RTS that's coming out on the 360.
My only comment, and I will not say anything further on the topic, is that RTS games do not belong on consoles. Done. Will not say a further thing.
Well, we'll see. I'll get a copy and review it. So, actually, you know what? We're going to skip that because that's... I don't want to come back to that. I want to leave that to last. The Prey 4...
Prey 4... I did that when we were practicing for the intro. We actually practiced the intros. We fouled it up, but we practiced nonetheless.
I can't believe I just said that. The Prey demo is out on the PC at the moment. You can get it on off FilePlanet or your usual regular downloading site, no doubt. I haven't played it yet. That's how much research I've done into it, but I'm actually looking forward to it. Some of the guns in the demos looked really, really quite interesting. One that looked like it folds out to a something or other, and the fact that it's the portals and
picnic.
stuff.
I'd say it folds out to a picnic table.
I thought you were going to say a picnic bar. It folds out to a picnic bar, and then you offer it to the enemies, and they go, ooh.
No, that would be stupid. A picnic table.
Of course. I'm sorry.
What were you thinking?
And the other thing we want to say is the DS web browser, Opera, has been announced, and it's coming out in July in Japan.
How long that takes to actually get here, I don't know.
Now,
how good the Opera browser itself is, I don't know.
Oh, the Opera browser is decent, but the thing that worries me or bothers me is that you buy it on a disc for around about $30.
Yeah, I'm really not cool with that.
We're now paying for goddamn browsers.
We're paying for browsers. No, it's not going to happen. You know what? How much does Internet Explorer cost? Put my hand up, free.
Well, you know, I mean,
how much does Firefox cost? Oh, free.
Here's the thing. I mean, if you're going to use the Opera browser,
excuse me.
Yes.
I said free before.
Yeah.
I said it in falsetto.
Yeah.
That trumps anything you say. I said free. And you know what? You're going to have to beat that. Damn you, he always plays the ace.
Well, here's the thing. This is what kind of bothers me about this is if you're going to surf the web on a DS, you're obviously going to be doing it via wireless hotspots, right?
One of the few options, yeah. You're either at home, in which case you're probably using a PC,
you're going
realistically.
to be using a wireless connection, right?
Yes.
So, why not just allow it so people can download the browser off a wireless connection?
What do you mean, why wireless? What's the difference? Whether they're using it at home on their...
No, listen. You can't just plug the DS into a computer, can you?
Yes, using the new PC link cable. No, you can't. What's your point?
My point is that they're trying to sell the browser on an actual disc to install onto your DS.
Are they? You actually buy a disc? I thought you bought like a license. I didn't realise you actually bought a physical disc.
They're selling a physical disc. That's the thing. That's what I'm saying. Why would they do that when they should just offer it for free over your connection to the whatever. So I don't know because it's not internet. I don't quite know how the DS.
You know what? Neither do I. I don't really.
The only person I actually know that knows is Oracle, who's actually played
Oracle
Hunters and the one. Yes, Oracle.
We were mocking you earlier.
Penis before.
Your penis is gigantic. Please give us information.
Matt really wants to know more about your gigantic penis.
Everyone wants to know about your giant penis, Oracle.
He has a girlfriend,
there was a forum post.
He does have a girlfriend.
There is a forum post, I think, that's please tell us more about your penis.
No, that's his hairstyle.
Ah.
But you're close.
Something about, whatever.
Something like that.
Where are we going with this?
Last thing that we're going to talk about in the last 30 seconds that we have before the 30-minute mark of the podcast.
Soul Calibur 4.
Soul Calibur 4, there's a rumour going around, not a fact, But one of some guy. Oh God, I guess I better actually say officially who it
We're very professional here.
is and all this kind of stuff, because we're professional. There was an interview with Namco, the chief guy at Namco, talking about Soul Calibur 4 and Tekken 6. Now, Tekken 6 has been announced and all this kind of stuff.
Daisuke Uchiyama.
Okay. Soul Calibur 4.
The last bit of which means mountain.
Do you know what the last bit of my name means? I found out from Dave, your fish mate tonight.
Yeah.
My last name is Blomberg,
Which means
flower mountain.
You know what? I think he's wrong. Because my name is Burgess.
Yeah.
Burgess means person of the town. Berg means
iceberg. No.
No.
Right.
Berg means person. Bourgeois. It's the same.
Yeah.
The word bourgeois is the same as Burgess.
Yes.
And it means person, and the term Berg means town or person of the town.
So you're saying my last name actually means flower person?
Probably, you hippie bastard.
I am Guy the flower person.
Yeah, flower child guy.
But anyway, Soul Calibur 4, and here's the other interesting, and it's definitely a rumor, but apparently it's been heard quite a bit, is that it's coming out on the Xbox 360. Now, not that I know that it's not that we're saying it's exclusive or anything like that, but considering that Soul Calibur 3 was exclusive to the PlayStation 2, this is significant because, personally, I loved Soul Calibur 2, and even though I owned a PlayStation 2, I was pissed off it was exclusive to it.
It is a pity to have to compromise platforms because realistically the PlayStation 2 version is going to be the lesser version of any game that comes out. Is going to be the least on PlayStation 2.
Oh, it's probably the least on the GameCube, I'd imagine. Actually, no, you know what?
In appearance, no, not necessarily.
You know what? Because the GameCube had Link. And
Even
the PlayStation
so,
2 had Hiachi, or whatever his name is.
Heihachi. Even so, that's not really the point. I'm talking in terms of pure aesthetics, in terms of pure looks.
Yeah.
The GameCube can make graphics that look better than the PlayStation 2, performance or not. The anti-aliasing and the general appearance of it was still better.
You're opening up a whole can of whoop-ass there, because I don't know if that's actually correct what you're saying.
I don't care from a technical point of view.
Okay, but more importantly, the GameCube's controller, and this is very true,
no.
screwed.
I totally agree. The GameCube controller is suitable only for
Metroid.
I was going to go with Pikmin,
Pikmin,
but I'll go with Metroid if that makes you happy.
Yeah, whatever.
It's a crap controller, but that's not the point. I'm talking about aesthetics. What it looks like. It looks better on the GameCube than it looks on the PS2.
We could argue about that all night.
Let's go for the irrelevant and say that it looks better still on the Xbox.
Agreed.
Which is an adequate controller and easily as good or better than...
It's pretty much just a fact that, because we did own the GameCube, PlayStation 2, and Xbox during the peak of those consoles.
Yeah.
Lifespan. And the fact is that if there was a multi-console game, we got it on the Xbox because it ran better, it looked better, and all this kind of stuff, right? That's just a fact.
It wasn't our loyalty, it was the fact that the game was better.
It pretty much was.
The product was a better product.
So when it was exclusive on the PlayStation 2, there was actually just like a feeling of, oh, come on, why? It
was a compromise to us personally.
Yeah.
It wasn't...
But in the same respect, I'm sure there's a lot of Sony fanboys out there that went, yeah, suck that. But I just really don't care about that stuff anymore.
No.
So
games are games.
I think it makes a lot of sense for it to actually be released on the 360, and I would imagine it would be stupid of them to not release on the PlayStation 3 as well.
There's another interesting point, which is not only is it being released on the PlayStation 3 or the Xbox 360.
Yep.
But apparently it's skipping the arcade entirely.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
that itself is a relevant point that we could probably talk about for quite a while.
Unfortunately,
how relevant these days are arcades with the power of the consoles of today and the next generation consoles.
Especially
the
fighting
arcades
games, especially fighting games, because they've always come out in the arcades before the
fighting games have always pushed technology really, really quickly, far faster than anything else.
Really?
Well, you look at games like the Tekken series is a very good example. You look at Tekken on the PlayStation 2, and it was always a little bit ahead of.
I guess when you think about it, like I remember Dead or Alive when it first came out on the Xbox, that was the showcase game pretty much.
Yeah.
Even though Halo was amazing,
the
general consensus was that Dead or Alive was the best looking game on the Xbox at the time.
A big part of it is that all the effort they have to put in has to be put into characters,
movement, characters,
and backgrounds.
Yeah.
So what you end
There's
up
not
with
that
is
much.
exactly.
Well,
there's
a lot
huge
to it,
levels.
But
So they polish and polish and polish and polish those levels. Another big factor, of course, is that by comparison to the 3D shooting games, the first-person perspective shooters, the fighting games appeal to the Japanese market.
Yeah.
And that's a market that they have to really polish to appeal to.
Yeah, true.
So by comparison to those games, they have much, much smaller levels, and they polish and polish and polish and improve on those levels.
Yes.
For those games, and they end up with very, very, very high quality, very slick levels, and very slick models.
I'm getting a headache again.
Slick.
We're going to stop talking now.
Yeah, we are.
Why am I always the one that goes, that's it, we've got to end it now?
Because I think I sound freaking awesome.
I want someone to reply in the forum to this podcast thing to say that Matt does not sound friggin' awesome.
No.
I really do. Or give me your honest opinion here. I want to know how we actually sound. If Matt, do you remember that last one where I shut up and you just had to talk?
Yeah.
You know what? I reckon that was crap because no one likes listening to your voice.
Your voice.
That's not what I said. I said your voice.
Your voice.
Your voice.
I think that it only works when we both work together as a team.
No, I reckon you could just start off and I could do the whole podcast on myself, my own.
Clearly. Okay, no, I wanted to say.
Yeah, what do you want to say?
I want people.
Yeah, you want people
in the forum.
In the forum.
To vote.
To vote.
Out of 10.
Out of
drunkenness.
10. Drunkenness.
Shut up.
Shut up.
The drunkenness of both Yug and myself. Give us a score out of 10. Do you know what?
What?
Anyone who has children who lets them listen to our podcast should be massacred and burned at the stake.
You said that.
I didn't say burned at the stake. That's entirely new.
We are going and go. Oh, I was about to say go Australia in the World Cup, but by the time everyone listens to this, it's already going to be figured out.
Foregone conclusion.
Alright, but anyway, thank you for tuning in. Next week we actually have a surprise in our podcast.
We have a surprise. We have maybe 1 or 2 surprises.
Really?
Depending.
Okay. Oh yeah, depending. Actually, yeah.
We might.
It'll be a very. You really need to tune in next week because there's some cool stuff.
Australian Gamer is full of surprises. We have a lot to offer.
You could say we're just full of it.
We are full of it.
Indeed. Alright, thanks everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.